Welcome back, my name is Tobal, and I'm continuing on with X4. And as it turns out, I've been kidnapped. My autopilot stopped when we wound up getting close to the objective. And amusingly, I am somehow trapped in, I don't know if I'd call it the wake, or just the presence of this high-tech trader. And it reminds me, there was a thing that happened in the old X Rebirth, where if you got close to a capital ship, your ship would automatically fly next to it and maintain everything needed to stay right next to it, basically. If the ship turned, you would turn. If I literally I literally hit escape just now, or backspace. So in theory, I should have no thrust, but my vessel is keeping perfect alignment with this trade vessel. So this is just something that I think is a leftover. Maybe it lets you stay in formation with your capital ships. Either way, it was hilarious to alt-tab for a minute and come back to see that I had been shanghaied by a trading vessel. So that's probably something that's going to get fixed in a later episode. It's not that big of a deal because you can immediately get away from it. I guess just don't leave your ship sitting around and go AFK too often. So we're going to go ahead and plop into the wharf here. While we're here, I'd like to look at some upgrades for our ship in case we do a bit more. Combat. Stop what drone? In case we get into a little bit more combat with the X or Xenon forces. Yep. So I'd like to have a little bit tougher ship, maybe a little better shield, a little better engine. Not low enough. And our mission here right now is to become a friend of the Federation, which should do the same things that getting that relative rank with Argon, or excuse me, Antigone did. I'm assuming some more trade missions, things like that.
Hello there. It's good to see you, friend. We've been watching your work with great interest and wanted to reward you for it. I'm pleased to present you with a new rank amongst our organization.
Well, thank
Of
you.
course, this
You could
rank
have just
comes with great benefits.
called me, but that's
These
fine.
benefits
That's
are
fine.
tied to the rank, so if you lose the
Friend of the
rank,
Federation,
the
we've been
benefits
granted the
will
license
accrue.
of Argon
Even
Secret
further,
Service
I'm
membership.
sure we won't have to worry about
I missed
that.
the other two
I
licenses that
simply
came up,
wanted
but
to
hey, we can
reward
be
you
part of
for
the Secret
delivering
Service
for
now,
them and make the rest
which
of
isn't
them.
so secret if they
Oh,
just give it out
and
to
you may
everyone, but that's
also
fine.
find that certain organizations under our jurisdiction now have interest in you joining their ranks. Once again, thank you for your efforts.
You can now
We look forward
purchase
to working with you
Federation
more
police
in the
license.
future. Good luck out there.
Oh, thank you so much. So we're now a friend of the Federation, and let's take a look at our information faction relations. So we're a friend of the Republic, a friend of the Federation. We do have access to apparently the Argon Secret Service. Probably the same things that we had access to on Antigone, which was like advanced like military equipment use, ship license, things of that nature. I have no idea what the Secret Service membership is for. And I'm assuming down here we'll start to see more sub-companies have relations with us. She mentioned some more companies would be interested in giving us missions, so let's take a look now. Now these are our accepted missions, right? So we have nothing accepted. This mission, I believe, is if you would like to make your ship piloted by someone else, you'd have to acquire a captain. So if we were to find a new vessel, we'd probably get, and there was nobody inside of it, we'd probably get an upkeep mission to hire a pilot for that as well. Other missions, these are just generic missions. And this is guild mission offers. So these look the same as we saw before. Apparently there's a Holy Order mission chain as well, which is what, the Pyramid? Holy Order. Holy Order of the Pontifex. I can't tell. God Realm of the Pyramid, Holy Order of the Pontifex. And really without being able to Holy HOP. So HOP is probably Holy Order Pontifex. PAR is the Pyramid, whatever the other faction was. So that's one way to keep it in mind here. God Realm of the Pyramids, so that's PAR perhaps. Maybe they're the original Pyramid faction, and this is a sub-faction that broke off. Either way, it means that Argon and they are not getting along too well. We are due 480,000 from trades, so again, our trader is doing a great job. They're just doing this one trade out non-stop, so the supply and demand must be low enough that no matter what they do, they're able to still, let's see, sold. So the microchips are still being sold. They're being sold for 1,483. They're being purchased for 1,668. Although it looks like the stock of microchips is going up. So I assume what's going to happen is each trade that comes through, as the stock of the ware is raised, the price goes down because they're no longer needing that ware as much, and eventually becomes oversaturated, and the price is minuscule between the sold wares and the bought wares. The opposite happens over here as the amount of wares that are sold are go down because we're buying their stock basically. The price will start to go up and negate any of the benefits in trading. At that time, the captain of the Mercury will choose a new, I'm assuming, will choose a new, I guess, ware based on all the trading data that they have access to. So, for example, for fun and science, let's look at advanced electronics. Advanced electronics, here's another great deal. The cheapest it can be bought for is, looking for my little arrow here, it's a little hard to see sometimes with this overlay. Okay, so the advanced electronics are sold in Hatikva's Choice for 2,100, and the highest place you can sell it for, the highest, the most expensive, it looks like, is over in Profit Center Alpha. So they can make a decent sale, but again, I am assuming that the trader takes into account distance. So although the gap between the highest and lowest where is greater, so therefore more of a profit between these two, the distance between these two stations is shorter, so they can make more runs quicker and make more profit. What we'll do eventually, once we make enough money to get the very large sized traders, we'll be doing bulk trading in cheaper goods, like you could do bulk trading in solar arrays or energy cells and things like that, and make a decent profit because you have volume instead of such a huge gap in your profit margin. So I think this is the one that I joked about that looks like the Iteron Mark V from EVE Online, if any of you have played that. But this can hold what? We're talking about 45,000 M3 instead of just 8,200. So it's going to be able to hold a lot more of any given ware. So I think we're going to return to our ship. I look for some basic missions. I did tell our Vanguard, I told him to go do something. Oh, you know what he's doing though? I think he's stuck protecting our other ship. Is he not? Oh, I wonder if you've already done what I've asked you to do. I asked him to drop. Oh, he did. Okay. I asked him to drop an advanced satellite in this vicinity. Oh, that is a really big radius. That includes these 3 stations, just out of range of this station. Unfortunately, I didn't catch that. Another station that might be a good idea. How many of these do you have? Let's see. Discovery Vanguard. You have probably 3 more, I think. No, I only made him pick up 2. Deployable 0. Let's have you go shopping. I'm going to cancel that passive behavior. We're just going to say if you don't have anything to do, I want you to revisit known stations. I kind of wish I could just say anywhere. No, you really, I guess you just have to set them to a system. It'd be nice if you could just say visit stations in the Antigone Republic. But it's not letting me do that. Argon Prime, it's only letting me pick sectors here. So, who has the most trade? This is a pretty heavy system here. We'll say to maintain contact with second contact stations. Or maybe we'll just tell him to explore instead. Yeah, let's tell him to explore second contact if he's not doing anything else. What I'll have him do in the meantime, though, since he's going over here to drop satellites in this general area, we'll have him... we need you to find a wharf or equipment dock, which I think are bigger, right? Yeah, so that looks like a wrench. Let's have you visit this wharf and buy some things. Upgrade, repair. I want you to pick up... it's going to hurt us at the start, but I think it's going to help us in the long run. Oh, you know what? We need to have enough money for our trader to shop. And unfortunately, our trader just bought something, so we no longer have any money. Alright, that's fair. We may have him drop satellites then around specific areas instead. What this is going to do is keep stations, or allow stations to give us updated trade information. So, for example, this station here, and any of these stations that are within the radius, and unfortunately it's really light green, you can barely see that outline. Any station that is within this advanced satellite is going to be giving us constant trade updates. So that'll be live information that our trader uses in order to make decisions about where to trade. So we want more satellites across more areas, for sure, because it broadens the possible profits that your traders can make. Right, so I think we mentioned we wanted to maybe look at upgrading one of our drives here. Where the weapons? What do we have? We're still in a really basic ship, though. You know, we could. Of course, everything costs money. I think the elite Vanguard is decent for fighting, but it wouldn't hurt to take a look at some other combat ships. Heavy fighter. So the Eclipse has, like, even something that just has a couple more mounts on it. Right here. This could be 2 missile mounts and 2 blaster mounts, right? Or all 4 missiles or all 4 blasters. Vanguard's the interceptor, so it's supposed to be faster. You look interesting, but less... nope, it's still 4 mounts on here. So what's the difference between the Quasar and the Eclipse? Oh, we now have access to these because we have the new license. That's another restriction that we didn't... we just had lifted because we became a friend of the Alliance. So you have a much better hull. You have the ability to have a shield generator. You also have a shield, but you have very little hull. What is the... Why would we pick you over crew of 4? I don't see why, other than price. The price is 70,000 credits cheaper to buy the Quasar, rather than the Eclipse. So I think the Eclipse would be our best bet here. What does it suggest for a medium preset? 1,000,000 credits because of the beam emitters. Again, this is one of the things we mentioned in one of our earlier videos. It's slightly annoying that you can't tell the type of damage these things do. Like if it's versus shields, if it's versus hull. But I'm assuming if it went for... I shouldn't assume because who knows what the presets for some of these might be. Are these all missile pods? They're torpedo launchers, so we could turn into a torpedo bomber. But again, still higher than the amount of money we want to pay right now, so maybe that is a good reason to go with the Quasar here. That's still over 1,000,000 just because it's adding 4 of these pulse lasers onto it. Or excuse me, beam emitters. So I think we'll keep our ship right now because we want to focus on maximizing our trade profits. And we want our trader to keep making big purchases so they're able to afford more and more wares. So I guess we just let our credit balance cycle upwards. Let's see if there's any missions. My ship left me behind. That's just an easy transport mission. What can we do? Gather intel. Satellites required in enemy space. Find an elusive xenon. Build a defense construction. Build defense resource. See how you'll deploy static defense. Lots of building missions here. Do we still have...
You don't stand a chance.
Do Do we still have deployables? We do have some satellites ourselves, so we should be able to have enough to do whatever mission they give us here. Sorry for clicking around so much. I'm just trying to make sure we get to the mission area. Satellites in enemy space. Module deep scan. Now the find elusive xenon may not be destroy, it may just be find. So let's test it out. Let's take a look at this or rather gather intel mission. Oh, it's 3 separate missions. Okay. We need to scan a xenon base module, which means we'll just have to kind of probably do runs on it. 2 satellites required in enemy space, and find a certain ship. Okay. Because we're going to be poking around an enemy station, I think maybe we do a little bit investing in our shields here. It's only 47,000. I think we just got some money back. Oh, they just went off and bought all the money again. Or spent all the money. That's part of the problem with having so many traders is they will use up whatever capital you have. I don't think there's a way to set it to say, hey, leave us X amount of dollars, please. Thank you. You can set it to how many waves, wares, or which wares it has, or how many gates you want it to go away, or go through. But I don't see an option about, hey, leave us at least, 100,000 in the bank before you start buying things. Which is fine. We'll just deal with it on our own. So we're going to go in here with vanilla shields and some hopes and some dreams. See what kind of trouble we can get into. I think we still have to make one of these missions primary. Missions. Module deep scan. Oh, we didn't do that. Where's my guidance, though? Oh, do you just need, you need any Xenon base module scanned. Okay. Achieve, deploy satellites in a specified area. I'll tell you what, let's make this the active mission. Are these, so these are steps. We have to do these each at a time. Okay. It's going to have us probably operate out of faulty logic anyways, so we'll do that. You need a Xenon base module. Is that any part of it? Is that how that works? So this is a defense platform. Do we have a defense platform to look at right here? We don't have any information on it. What I'm curious about is to see if we have what it's made up of, if all of these have a base module, so to speak. Since it's on the way, let's go here. I don't think we have, yeah, okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to a friendly-ish station. I'm going to scan it, or take a look at it, and see what it's comprised of. And that way I know which module of the base that I have to scan. So in case we're under fire, we won't have to sit there and bumble around trying to find out what we need to do before we get shot up. And as we build our satellite network, this problem will kind of go away, because here we should have full information. We've never scanned it, so maybe that's dependent on actually scanning it. I'm incorrect in that info then. So the wares information and what products they have available comes from having satellites, but you still need to scan the stations if you want to know what makes them tick. Okay, I'm gonna kick off the autopilot before it freaks out. I'm gonna go into scanning mode here. So this is a defense platform. We're going to assume that defense platforms have some similarity, so maybe there's a central core, like right there. looks like these connectors aren't scannable. It's just the things on any of these ends. That damage right there. And
Please do not kill Spitz.
oh, hey, I'm just trying to be a police officer here. You know, just doing what I need to do to keep the place safe from Split. Did I not pick that up? Okay. So I think we're getting this scanned, and we're gonna bump it because that's how we do. Wrong button. I'm gonna press Control M. That didn't help out, and I'm gonna bump it again. Honestly, I'm glad these ships are just made of superior materials because holy crap, there's a lot of bumping going on.
Thanks for your help.
And I think this is the last section here. I don't like that you can't tell what you've already scanned or not. Makes it a little confusing.
We will be scanning your inventory.
So we're going to take a look at the logical overview to see still nothing. Can't see what it's made of.
Your scan is clean.
That's slightly annoying. I thought we had all of it or enough of it scanned. So I guess we can't figure out what sections are made up of what. It doesn't seem like it's going to do it either. Well, I'll leave that to another day's mystery. I was hoping that I could just scan the ship and then we'll be able to see the logical overview. Okay, all of a sudden we're able to see more of it now because I have no idea. It doesn't really tell us though. So this is a standard dock area. Disk. Oh, so it is telling us what we're missing. Cross connection structure. Base. Pyramid base connection though. That's not a base per se. That's a dock module. That's a defense module. That is a good question. We'll explore this. We'll just go ahead and try this mission out and see if we can't find what we need to scan for the Xenon. This is the route we need to be going. Alright, let's get off real quick. We need to go over here to this little off-ramp. Specified module. Xenon base. I mean, I don't know if that's just a generic scan, right? It would kind of make sense. You just need the basic intro. If they're just trying to gather intel, they don't know anything about them. Maybe they just need the first part scanned. I'm unsure. We'll try to find that out. That way, if you encounter this mission in the future, you're able to do that. And we'll be going into space here, and you know, just to be safe, so we don't have to, so I don't have to go back and reload a bunch of times. There may very well be some deaths here. I'm definitely not doing a no death run through. It would be kind of fun if there was a no death run through. Did I just lose the freeway? Oh, it stopped. Okay. There's a good chance that we're gonna get popped in here because there's just so many ships around. But we'll make a run for this station first because it's one of the first. God, I don't know if a defense platform is the smartest thing to charge at though. We could try. So this is an unknown station. Oh, we gotta book it out of this gate here. Okay, we came out at speed, so I don't think we're gonna get chased down. There's a question mark that's at an unknown station right here. Right? Let's go to this.
Autopilot engaged.
I need the autopilot for that. And let's take a look and see if this is something that's scannable. Nice. Launch tube _ Zen S01 macro. I'm gonna go with a slight quality of life issue there. That might just be the entire thing. I might have clicked on something out of the ordinary. Unknown object. Another defense platform. I don't really want to visit this right at this moment. Let's angle ourselves down towards the freeway if we can. When you're in this mode, this super cruise mode, it is incredibly slow to turn. If you're wondering why it's taking me forever to get online here, I'm basically coming down. If you think about it in 3D terms, I'm higher up above. If you think of the plane of the easiest way to get your bearings in space, by the way, is to really think of everything. And Ecosoft does this a lot with their games. They have everything on a flat plane, and a plane is kind of like the central level, right? If the surface of the Earth were the plane, think of like an invisible surface in space, and that's where most of these things are set. So the 3D map is everything is on this flat plane, and then things can be either above or below that plane of I don't know if plane of existence, plane of that flat plane. They use it as a reference point. If you can see, all these stations are exactly on this invisible flat area here. What are you guys doing here? You guys are in the wrong area, my friends. Let's see what they're up to. Where'd they go? We don't want that anymore. Alright, so here's another gate. We want to take this deeper into Xenon space to see what we can come up with. Just a random fighter squadron hanging out, deep mission cover here. Did we bump something? Our shields were down all the way. Oh, I just bursted. I just burned my afterburner. Okay, I missed it, unfortunately. That means that we're not going to have the fast speed when we come out of this. Okay. I seem to be a little bit stuck. Alrighty. I'm not able to get into any mode right now. Never fails that there's always something with Ecosoft's games.
Docking granted.
And they generally tend to be the most weird, awkward things that it's so hard to reproduce, so they can try to fix it. Okay, we got out of our ship, got back in, and all of a sudden I have control now. So in the event that you have that same issue, just go take a spacewalk. Cures all your ailments. Alright, let's hope and pray that there's not 1,000 friends hanging out here. Okay, lots of radar pips, lots of radar pips. Oh, there's a mine. It's a minefield. I'm gonna burn straight ahead. Oh my god, there's so many. Oh, we're so fucked. Okay. Let's see if we can get out of this minefield. Alright, we got out of the minefield, I think. Holy crap. Well, that's not terrifying at all. There's a defense platform right here. Power distribution unit. Okay, so we're deeper in Xenon space. We're still in faulty logic. Let's just go in a general direction here. That was absolutely terrifying. I'm going to pick a location across the system here, the sector.
Engaged.
Let our autopilot keep us on task. I love that they had a minefield. I mean, it was terrifying, but at the same time, it's really cool that that is a tactical option, because if you have a fixed point in space, that is definitely what you could do to defend your sector. If any of you are interested in space combat fleet books, I would highly recommend the Lost Fleet series by Jack Campbell. It made me think of that right away, because a big part of that series takes place where they are stuck. Where are you going? You are not even going towards the target.
Autopilot disengaged.
My crazy dude.
Autopilot.
Okay, we can just point towards it. That's fine. One other thing we could do here is do a deep scan just to see if there's anything around. While we're doing that, because I always love, profits are always the most important thing in the world, even when you're deep in enemy territory. Where's our ship doing? You're still trading, aren't you? You are, and you're actually about to make a 607,000, which means that they are consistently making about a 30 or 40,000 credit profit off of all their trades. So that's definitely a great route for them to do. That was the income from that, I think. Yep. Okay, we're coming up near a asteroid belt. I still don't see any stations. Oh god, minefield. Why are there minefields here? We're not even near anything. It's a terrifying game sometimes. Flying into the unknown darkness and red glowing minefields of death. I'm trying to keep a lookout for any stations that are in the middle of nowhere. There is a gate over there to the side, which might mean that... Another minefield. Which might mean that... Oof. There's more stuff to see here. Now again, the point that we were flying to was just a point that I made, so it didn't really have any reference. I'm going to stop here and go into radar mode, or is scanning mode. Long range scan. Where am I at? Okay, let's get away from this minefield. It's over to the left where I'm facing now. Right, we're going to do a quick scan. Take a look at our map. So this is a pretty thick minefield. That's a defense platform out there, I think. Where did that gate go? Alright, let's go to this gate and we'll see what this leads us to. This is going to take us to a different system. Or, yeah, a different sector, rather. Which could lead us deeper into the Xenon area. The minefields, I don't think the minefields are too bad if you're going really fast. I guess it's a matter of how fast your ship can move, because you can see the red glow far enough away that you can react to it and dodge it. I'm also not sure about how strong they are, so maybe your ship could take one, but not two. Lots of stuff over here. We're about to pass a little ship here. He might take a pot shot at us, but we should be able to get through okay. Yeah, you know, just going deeper and deeper into Xenon space.
Entering system.
Okay, no
Atia's
minefield out of the gate.
misfortune.
Atia's misfortune. I think that's where the battle started, if I was remembering the lore correctly. Battles between Xenon and other species like Argon. Asteroids here. Atia's misfortune. We're just going to keep barreling along. I've not seen any other stations than the defense platforms, and I kind of wanted to find, and I don't know, if you're a robot species, maybe you don't need any stations except for like a, you know, Sector 001 home base to build all your ships from and then send them forth. So I don't know if we're going to get a traditional set of bases that we can scan, or if we're just going to have to go back and scan the defense platform for that mission. Either way, we're definitely in position to drop some satellites off for the second part of that mission, which was to deploy 2 satellites. It's just 2 in a specified area, so we're probably going to have to do it where they are wanting us to. Yes, we know what it looks like. I'd hope it's 0 passengers. Could you imagine? What is there a lockbox right here in the middle of nowhere? Well, that's not at all suspicious. And where'd he go? I lost it. We're pretty far off the plane, the base plane, though. This is the most random thing. There's just this little lockbox hanging out. Please have the most amazing piece of equipment on here, like a little Easter egg that I just discovered in the middle of nowhere because I'm lost. Alright, this has 4 locks. This is actually what you would find in X Rebirth. They have like the corners is what you have to blast off here. And you have to do that without damaging the box overall as a whole. Security Slicer, Advanced Targeting Module, Rapid Sand Filter, Security Slicer, Bandages, AGI Neural Network, Secure Container. Let's pull these all in. Illegal black market items. Can we tell what's illegal on the black market here? So the security slicer is illegal. I kind of wish it would just highlight yellow or red or something like that. Again, some quality of life features that would be appreciated. That's what they used to have. In some of the other games, I'm a little surprised they don't have that kind of level of default support here. I'm going to aim us down to the plane of the system here so that we can try to get back a little bit, because it's just likely that most of the things of interest are going to be on this flat plane or closer to it. Of course, that's not how the world works in general, but it is how we're doing it. It looks like we stopped, our trader stopped picking those really big purchases up. So maybe they ran out of, I don't remember what they were hauling beforehand. I could just see them over there. What are you hauling? So now you're doing engine parts. Before it was the electrical components. So it looks like they're unable to get that big purchase as they were before. So that might mean that it's a good time to try to get ourselves a couple advanced satellites, or go ahead and come back into the main system and run the gambit between the highway in order to update all the trade info. I mean, if it does last for 5 hours, that's a lot of time. God, it just looked like a freaking base star here. What the shit? Oh, these are from. I just found these in X Rebirth. Yeah, I found those in this whole little section here. It's like a hydrogen field or something like that. I remember coming into a zone. I don't remember which zone it was. Maybe Home of Light. But one of these had this field of asteroids. So I don't remember if in theory the story started around here, or maybe this is just a common feature and I'm only seeing it right now for the one of the first times. So we did get traveled around. I don't see really anything of interest. I was hoping to find kind of like a Sector 001, home base, or some mega cube that the Xenon started from.
Autopilot engaged.
I mean, part of me wanted to find that. Part of me didn't want to find anything because I don't feel like dealing with aliens too much today. These triple lines might indicate that you cannot go beyond this boundary. And while I'm curious about that, to see what would happen if you go that far, I don't accidentally want to trigger some kind of a warp out, or, I don't know if any of you played Subnautica. When you go too far off the base map, a giant Leviathan comes out of nowhere and eats your ship up. So that's terrifying. So we'll stick with this for now. I think what I'll do, if I don't encounter anything in the next little bit, I will do a wrap up real quick and set a break in the video. It's a very red asteroid here. I wonder if this just has, if these are like crystals or something like that. Get one ship on scan here. What are you? I love the ENV underscore asteroid underscore xenon. Feature not complete. Can we do an advanced scan here? I'm not pulling back any info. It looks like it's empty though. We do have some Xenons who are coming to get us. It looks like they're coming from this direction. Maybe they just come from quote-unquote the beyond, which would be kind of a cheesy way to do it. I see two gates over here. Let's head back that way. I think that was where we came in at. Are we pointed the right way? I think we are. I think these are the two jump gates that are getting us in and out of the Atia's Misfortune. It'll be really cool to come back here in a much faster ship. Maybe one day when we finish using, because we still plan to buy a Paranid Scout because it was one of the faster ships out there, or the maybe there's a Teladi one too. Either way, we plan on using that for scouting, and one day when we're done with the scouting, perhaps we can take them out over here to scan the Xenon areas manually. Side note, I think I missed this. This looks like a station of some importance. That is not a defense platform. Solar power plant. Perfect. Let's try. This is our scan. This is our first victim. Oh, please don't have a ton of defenses on you. I'm going into scanning mode right away. They are launching drones. So I'm going to try to kind of come in as quick as I can. Not bounce the station, maybe. Scan something. I'm waiting to hear a mission complete message here. I think the easiest way to do this is going to be to stick close to the ship and kind of move around it. Where's my shields at? We're scanning as we go, scanning as we go. My shields are on the bottom rung there. I kind of lost the icon for just a second. Hugging this ship, what I do plan to do as soon as we can is to... we don't want to stay motionless here. That was a completion. That was mission complete. We did get a scan on the module we needed, so one of those things were the base module. Forgot I had to switch into fast mode here, fast travel. Oh, great. That took only forever. Oh, come on. Did you not get it? I could have sworn I just literally got the scan. Oh, it's telling me what maybe it found it. Well, I can't deep scan the damn thing. There's 1,000 drones around it. Dear Argon, your instructions suck. What doth thou want from me? Can we go inactive? Did we complete it? Okay, we need to go here, folks. Inactive jump gates. Shit. Faulty logic. That's the jump gate to faulty logic over here. That apparently is just a inactive jump gate. I could have sworn I just saw. Oh, you know what I might have had? We might have just finished trading with someone, and that's the message that popped up. The sound sounded like a mission complete kind of a sound. Oh, that's annoying. I think that is actually what it was. So we did scan a good chunk of this station. Yeah, I don't see anything. Let's go ahead and go back. There is a defense platform pretty close, I think, to the exit of this jump gate. Or it might have been the other side. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put a cut in here. What I'm going to try is just to scan the defense platform. Yeah, you can request backup, but it doesn't mean I'm going to help you out, my friend. Wait, unless it was... that was our fleet that sent that message. Nope, everybody's got full shields here. Wait, discover Vanguard. You don't. Did I put you out without shields? I'm a really bad fleet admiral. Yeah, sorry about that. He is attempting to keep up with the Mercury. I think the Mercury has a faster fast travel speed. Oh my god, I'm flying blind through a minefield. I completely forgot about those. This is fine. This is fine. No worries whatsoever. I'm sure hopes and dreams can get us through minefields. And the fact that we're really, really small. So our trader's still doing its thing. It looks like it was in a different system. I won't spend too much time on that. So I'll put a cut in here, folks, and hopefully, if I manage to get through the other side of the minefields and I can scan something, I think I'll come back at the point where I have to drop some satellites off. And if we're looking for that missing Xenon ship. Depends on how boring it is. I know a lot of folks do want to see some action, but I don't think this is going to be a very action-filled either episode or mission, because it's just a bunch of scouting. And if it winds up being too annoying to the point where I can't find anything, I will probably wait until I can come back with a much faster ship so we can cover more ground. So I do appreciate you joining me, and if you have any questions, as always, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer them. And I look forward to bringing you another X4 Foundations video pretty soon. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.